All right. Game two. All right. So it's the exact same bans again. I'm not going to go over that. Chippies is going to ban the Ash, which I think is interesting. Maybe they think it's like the only thing that gave Sophia a chance last round. The Ray ban, I think, is really stupid. I think you just lost to Yag. They just banned Ash. The only other like super aggressive tank that is up is Rom. Rom is counterable by literally what they pick first rotation. So I think that this Ray ban is not good. I think obviously like Ray double support is strong, but I think the Yag is the enabler in that comp. I think without the Yag, it falls apart. So I think this ban is stupid. The Furia makes sense. That like, I mean, the ult's pretty good. They obviously are very comfortable with this sort of dive sort of shenanigans. Sophia is gonna lock in basically the same thing. They had Furia instead of the. Oh no, they locked in Corv. Where's Corv? Okay. Corv not getting picked is interesting, but I guess Sophia just didn't feel good with it, which honestly that's fair. Didn't really work out too well for them. I don't think the Andro got enough value out of the Corv ranks, but that's fine. So they're gonna match. It's very hard to push into Grover. Their ults are good. Their damage is good. They can stop you from getting in. The sustain. It's double support. Pushing into double support is hard, and it's good on Ascension. Oh, cool. Chippies is going for dive again. Gonna match with a Nando, so this is good because two reasons. One is the ult. Obviously, they dive you, you hit alt button, nothing just evaporates, like the Corvus did that last game, so that's good. And the other reason is point pressure. So if you are on the objective, you are forcing them to dive, and then when they do dive, what will often happen is that you can force that scenario where the other team's aggressive, enabler, the off tank, has to touch point, especially because they have solo tank here, where they have to touch point, because what you can do, you can just send your Fernando to the point, and then the other team will dive and probably win the fight because you're on point, but you'll get like a bunch of cap time. They'll get a bunch of cap time. You will retake. You go to point again, and then they have to go to point because you got so much cap time the previous fight. Yeah, you're gonna win. You're gonna win the mid if they just let you cap, right? So the other team's main tank the other team's tank has to go point, and then they basically can't do anything because, like, well, the off tank is the enabler here. So, oh, these bans came after. Sorry, I should have talked about these bans. In hindsight, I forget how draft works. So, Bane and Ash makes sense because that's like they have their Yag, I guess. Ray-Ban makes more sense because they already have Yag. So I guess the Koga, they prioritized the Koga and the Makoa more than the Yagraf, and then they didn't want Ray Furia with a Yag. That actually makes a lot more sense now. That makes a lot more sense. Ray plus Yag is a stupid combo if you use their alts at the same time. And they take Saudi, who I assume they just think is like a really good DPS. So like that's cool. I think, it depends. It leaves your options open. You can go triple if they want. They can lock in like an Alice or something. What's up? Rom is up, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what they go with. Victor and Corvus. Corvus is interesting because like this is really forcing double support. Which, I mean, sure, I guess. But at the same time, like, dive can work without, dive can work on solo Furia heals. You're going so fast. Like, think of those dive fights on certain beach. Did you really need that much healing in those fights? The fight lasted like 5 seconds. You don't need that much healing. So you can get away with solo Furia heals for sure. So a Corvus here is a bit weird. But it's fine. And the Victor is just like playing the role of the Saudi last game. It's a controller, I assume. So, sure. You just kind of like the other team is busy dealing with like Yag Mave nonsense in their backline, and your Victor's just free farming. And let's see what they actually pick here. So what'd be good here? What tanks exist in the game? Torv Atlas. Because like normally the answer here would be to like pick something that can match the Yag. So Atlas would actually be pretty good here, just because you can stop the Yag from rolling in. You could go some sort of other DPS. You could honestly lock the Kinessa and just have her play from spawn on this map. There's a lot of things you can do. Let's see what they go with.
And Mather's absolutely against it and just picks
Khan. Right, Khan is a tank. Goddamn. Okay. Yeah, that's a fine pick.
Khan. So this is going to
Sort
be
of stops
a very,
the
very, very free Victor game.
Yeah.
We're going to spectate
Sort of
Nick a
stops
lot, I think.
the
I think
Yag.
he's
So
going to have
that's
crazy
kind of what you want.
value. Victor's so going to extension peak.
So much more
He's gonna be
standard
doing
from
those little
Sophia.
jumps
So
he does for the
okay, so we're on Ascension. Exterminate Furia into Khan on Ascension Peak is a very good time for the Furia, because the Khan can't really like contest high ground at all. So I think you're gonna see free high ground for this Victor, this Yag, this Furia. I think you see the Maeve with a Corv mark going around by herself. She's kind of uncontested this game. Again, it's just dive. It is going to have to be a dive comp. And how well this game goes for either team is going to depend on how well that dive is executed or reacted to.
Just the aim of burst is just so satisfying.
No, he switched it.
He's a shrapnel. Extreme Street Justice is interesting. Totemic Ward is also very interesting. That is a weird one to me, man. I feel like Maelstrom into Yag is pretty good, but that is just me.
Yeah, I knew it.
Show me the game.
Oh, he did.
So right away, I don't like this from Chippies. I feel like, again, you're just going to get poked out. They have more poke. They have double support. You're going to slowly lose this.
Shrapnel is too good on this map.
And again, I like the Yag Victor Furia contesting high ground. Honestly, you probably send the Corv up there too. You win that fight. Then once you have that high ground, like once you have control of this up here, you drop and you play like this corner. Okay, once you have control of the high ground, you play this corner and the doors. Then you have like your Maeve basically where she is. Right? And then from here you can execute a dive onto like wherever you want for basically free. So. And if they meet you on high, you can also probably just kill that.
Shrapnel is too good on this map.
So they take a slight poke fight. I'm not sure. I feel like they should have pushed the Yag harder. So here, this is the dive, right? The Yag has rolled in, the Yag is planted. The Yag is going to either die or the other team is dying. So here comes the follow-up. And again, you can't see, like, I'd rather the Victor be high ground, but, you know.
I think KBM
this is very far.
Doing loads of shooting. Controller Victor. Love it.
It's going to work out. Yeah, dude, they're playing this so well. Oh my God.
Good start here from Chippies.
Like, okay, I don't care how good Chippies are at, like, Makoa or Koga, dude. Like, who cares? This Yagarath is absolutely demolishing them. Like, look at this. She just, like, this is like a 1v5. It's not a 1v5, this follow-up, but, like, goddamn, like, there's no other character in the game that can do this.
Shrapnel is too good on this map.
And there she goes. And, like, look how long she lives for. Like, this is a bit early, right? It's a bit early. It's not a flawless dive. Timing, this timing stuff is very difficult. But, like, look how long she lives for.
Controller Victor. Doing loads of shooting.
She's still alive.
Love it.
It's like a good
And
start
then
here
she
from Chippies.
leaves because she is alive. Oh my god, dude. If we're talking about what Sophia could have done, it's not give the entirety of the map. They have this issue of stacking, dude. And it's getting punched. Look at where their tanks are. Look at how free this Victor is. Look at how free this Maeve is to play sides. Like, they're just deathballing, and deathballing to dive is very hard. Very hard. You can't play passively. Like, if you're going to deathball into dive, you need to like you need to play whack-a-mole. You need to be like bunched here, and then you need to like go poke out this Yag. And then you fight the Yag, and the Yag has to leave because like you're fighting her. And then like, okay, cool, we dealt with the Yag. And then you need to go fight this Maeve. Then you have to, you know, get the Maeve out. And then by that time the Yag is in. If the Yag and the Maeve and the backline ever converge on you at the same time, you're going to lose. You're going to lose that fight. You need to play whack-a-mole with all these different people. Like, you have Mave, backline, Yag. You have these 3 people you have to deal with. So you poke out one, then you go back to your death ball. You poke out one, then you go back to your death ball. You poke out the other, then you go to back to your death ball. And that's usually how you play it, so they don't all get a chance to go on you like at the same time. That is generally how this works. They didn't do that, so they just kind of got like set up on and dove. Like look at the HP when they go in, right? The Furia takes like some poke. The Mave gets healed up. The Yag is intending on taking damage anyways. And look at the HP bars up here though. This is kind of what happens when you give up this much map control.
Controller Victor.
I'm not sure the Saudi is the pick. I feel like you just get outranged by the Victor.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't particularly like the Saudi. I feel like Saudi just farms tanks.
What can they do?
She does a lot of damage.
As Ernest said earlier, like what
Was that
can
an
they do?
emote from
What can they do? As Ernest said earlier, like
the
what can
the
they
Saudi
do
back
against
there?
Victor?
Yeah. Nick's gonna have a game of his
Alright.
life here. I feel like he's going on holiday. He's even chilling on point with calls.
Yeah, he has to cap. Like, I think it was AFK eating his lasagna as well.
I think it was
So now
just
same
for the
bit,
calls
different
and
map
stuff,
geometry
so
though, so you
more
probably
than
just like to
likely
dive.
in
Or
his
you want your
Probably,
backline set up
so
on
he
high
can
ground
pocket it
ideally.
while this team can push up.
Yeah.
So we just skipped the end.
Probably, yeah, so he can pocket it while they
So somehow
Yeah.
Sophia's taken back this high ground, which is very important. Where's the dive? You only have core result to deal with it, but core result is pretty good. You can dive somewhere and then core result where they're going to back up to, and then they can't really back up, and it gets really hard. So
They have the Grok ult by
there it is. Oh, they have taken so much space. Look over there. Oh, the cart's at last choke. Oh, this is Sophia pushing up. Why would you push up, Sophia? Why would you push up? You have an opportunity to play at the last choke and just have your backline be invincible in the spawn doors. And then you can just kill. You can literally all just sit in the spawn, unironically. Like go 100% unironically. Just shoot whatever tries to push point, and just ping pong your tanks and just psycho contest.
They're gonna want to use it for shit.
Yeah, going in, look at that. Making so much space.
There's the dive. There's the grok. This shouldn't work for Chippies. I don't think they have enough angles. They force out. They force out so many ults.
So aggressive.
Rock'll use, Nand'll use. Yeah, I can stay alive for a bit longer, but
Yeah.
not for too much.
I mean, look where the backline is. That's just hard. You're not gonna kill. Yeah, I don't know. That was, yeah, wasn't super well set up. I like the attempt at trying to punch them when they were up too far, though. I think that was good. It might have been a bait, Sophia, but I don't know if that's giving them too much credit.
That's it, some nice daggers there. Saudi 1 HP game. Nick actually using his ult here.
Furia ult. Okay, this is a very hard choke to break, especially this dive again because the backline is invincible and it's very hard to just burn through tanks when the backline is invincible. So this is a very aggressive Furia ult. They used Victor ult. They didn't even get a kill with it.
Uriel too.
So
Uriel
we'll see what they can make happen.
Unexpected. Yeah, they want that 2-0.
Dude, so much damage.
Okay, they trade for the.
Alex forcing
It's 1 for 1.
him to go back and spawn. A nice beam, destroying these shields so fast.
There
Off
are no
the nade
shields.
reset.
Make
They're not
Grover.
shields this game.
Literally,
Jagger
aren't they?
eating the con.
just-
Grover was ulting,
yeah, I
no
got
one could
them.
shoot him, dude.
God
So
damn,
cheap.
this Victor is absolutely farming them. Hey, it probably would have been a lot easier for them if their deep backline was on a high ground.
So fast.
Look at this Victor running it down mid. Do you think it would be really a lot harder for him if there was a invincible Grover trying to fight him from his own spawn, like up here? That would have been pretty hard for the Victor, eh?
Oh, no
Nade
shields.
reset.
Yeah, they're not shields this game.
Jagger
Literally, aren't they?
eating the con because Grover
I'm also
was
curious,
ulting,
like,
no
how
one could
much,
shoot him, dude. Such a good
HP
ult management
and,
here by-
yeah.
by
like shield
Chippies.
and totems they used
Well
when they
done.
were
Yeah,
backing
spawn
up.
trapping them.
Chippies.
They're
I
gonna
think spare
run it,
Chippies draft here.
You know, like did they use all their survivability when they were trying to like back up to the choke, or you know?
It's just winning
Perfect.
on paper and realistically, yeah.
All right, so let's see.
Pocket of May Victor.
No stacking from Sophia, which I like. This is more the road that I thought I'd see. The Furia not being a high ground, I think, means that the Khan and I think that's the Grok with him could take high ground.
Nice beam.
Really
Great
nice and
beam.
aggressive.
Shield.
There's the Mave. They don't have Furia. Dude, look how terrified this Grover is.
Nice beam.
Great beam.
Torvald
There's the Mave ult.
And the shield gone.
He is gone. He's
Great
leaving.
Mavo.
going for crab there,
Oh,
but can't
now
find
they're
it
getting
really.
the take
Alex is
damage
by
here.
himself on the left side here. Khan's
Okay,
Whoa.
okay. Hey, they didn't stack. Let's go. That being said, I don't know what the fuck they were diving.
getting
Um,
continued.
Idea.
good.
The Yag is planted in a weird spot. The Mave was kind of on an island. The backline didn't really get a chance to walk.
Good space from Eagle there. Yeah. 27% on the board.
And they have comeback mechanic and con alt, so that should just be yeah. They're gonna get staggers. So Sophia should have this.
They've definitely got the 2 kills, and he can get a
We're
nice
far
early
up.
ult.
If they
Help
start
him.
Nice
capping.
stagger here on the Corv is good.
Yeah. Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him.
Nice.
Good
Good
stagger.
Where's the Yag? Yag is the only thing you want to worry about. She's still in the backline, right?
Do they
70.
retake on this? I don't feel like.
I don't think there's a touch unless Etsu goes crazy,
Maybe.
which
Right.
he's not
Where's...
touching. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Wait, why'd you play it back there? She might have got raided by Grover.
no, he tried at the end, man. He probably thought his Yag would touch you.
I thought Yag was going to touch.
Unlucky.
Yeah. Unlucky.
Good route by the
Well,
Grover, if
2-1,
that's what happened.
Sophia claw a point back.
Good job.
Now time for the push.
So that was really good from Sophia. I mean, to be fair, I think Chippies, that was probably the worst dive of the series so far, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. Good job not stacking.
Yeah.
Did a lot here.
Made it very hard for them to get set up for their dive. So we just skipped again. Now we're pushing. So from Chippies, again, like it's the same thing, right? They have to dive. From Sophia, they can just kind of like play slow, hold space, live. When the dive happens, make sure that you like the people getting dove play very slow, and the people who are playing in like in the sides play very aggressively, right? You try to either collapse on the divers or prevent or kill the follow up or something, you know. In this case, I think killing the divers is probably the easiest because unless I think it depends on how Chippies executed actually, now that I think of it. If the Yag is too far up, or like the follow-up is playing too scared, then you just kill the Yag. If the follow-up is being too aggressive, then you kill the follow-up. And that's just going to be decided in the moment.
Oh, he tried.
But Chippies have to dive unless they just get like a stupid console victor pick or something.
Alex the Ghost Walk.
Jeez, that is some wrecker.
Oh, that shield.
Good grab on the maze.
Commit
Man.
Rando, which I don't know.
He's
Oh.
ulting her mid-air.
huge.
And they Grover.
It's such a good ult.
I mean, this is turning into the type of fight where they want, where it's on point. Still, dude.
Yeah, especially because Trumpsy tried to help him out, and now he ult.
Furia. Oh my god, dude. I don't know about committing Furia. Furia ult's like your free fight win on the mids.
There with 1 HP. Nick finding the pick though.
The Furia should still die. Holy hell, how did she get healed out of God?
Oh,
Yeah.
She
Good
should
ult.
still
Yeah,
die,
kill
right?
Alex.
Dude, she's getting fucking
Eagle
pocketed.
faults. Right
Nice.
as well.
Good Fury roll.
Wow.
I would honestly have rather
Trumpsy
lost
did
that
so
and
much.
kept Furia ult
Diving
to
the
be
back line,
100%
getting
with
his
you.
stun
I
off.
feel like Furia ult is just that free.
Fury ult.
Because they use everything. They use everything. They use Nano, they use Con, they use Grover. That's like so impactful, dude. And you're coming up on Mave. Like,
So you can kill Alex. Wow.
I don't agree with that, but it's not like the worst decision in the world because they did win the fight, so. I don't know, man. I feel like your ults are just that important in these like hyper dive comps in these matchups. This is a tanky Grok. Holy, max HP card. So we're gonna see Chippies stack, which I disagree with. I think a Corv makes. I think stacking with a Corv is really stupid and just like doesn't take advantage of what the character does fully. I think your Mave can play solo here, just fine. Go in from another angle, you know. Because right now, like Sophia's just gonna do this. You're just gonna vibe. You're gonna play slow. You're gonna poke and set up and wait for the dive that's coming.
Everyone a little bit keen to see what's
So I don't like that Sophia's playing this far back because you've just given them the entire map to work with. But
going on here, I think.
where's the con?
Mayvol comes in. 62% on the side for Sophia.
Oh, he's going around. I don't think that makes much sense.
Good
Follow it
rock
all
ult
up.
by Alex here.
Yeah,
So
very
we've
good
got the
fight.
dive. We're
Yag
trying to
is
kill
in
the
middle of
tank,
everyone. Should
Oh, I
die.
dunno.
but it's a fucking Yagarath,
Hey,
Doesn't die. Look at the
yeah,
team
a
up.
lot
And
of
he has
damage
ult.
from Maves.
and he's
Excuse
ulted
ready.
someone,
Excuse ready.
Oh, he didn't have, he
Oh,
didn't
no
have to
dash.
jump.
and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
no
ate the
dash.
Fernando. And the Yagarath is still fucking alive because holy hell, this character is stupid. Wow, if this character isn't banned next game, I am shocked. So honestly, biggest thing, like look how far back they left. Like this is an awful spot to fight in. You're just gonna get surrounded, dude. Like you want to be fighting literally up here, because yeah, that's not great for your tanks, but it's good for your backline. Your backline can like get a lot of poke damage in and prevent their dive, and it makes it really tough.
Everyone a little bit keen to see what's going on here.
So we get Mayvault. The con switching sides is so stupid. It makes no difference to the dive. Like they'll go from anywhere.
Such a good game, man.
Mayvolt comes in.
Yeah, it goes
62%
in. We get this is a huge Corvus ult actually, by the way.
on the side for Sophia and a Grok
I
ult.
think I can't tell where it is. What the hell's going on my
By
screen?
Alex here.
Yeah, very good timing.
Using
Yago.
his team. Yag is in the middle of everyone.
Like,
Should
Oh, I
die.
dunno.
Doesn't die.
imagine if they had Nando and Grover ult. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming in from Maeve.
Excuse
Well
ready.
played, Etsy.
Excuse ready.
Oh, he didn't have, he
No
didn't have to
dash.
jump. Yeah,
That
he had
doesn't
no
matter
dash.
though.
It's okay.
So the thing is though, is that they might have
85%
retake.
cap by Sophia.
Sophia might
Alex
have
went
retake.
Very well around that statue here.
Yeah, I think Yag needs to go on a deep dive right now. See what dismounts you can get him, but I think the time's passed for that.
So again,
Looks
rinse
like
and
they're gonna have to
repeat.
retake
Set up,
with
set
Nando
up,
as well.
set up
Definitely got
your
retake.
backline, your Mave, and your Gag. Get a dive going. It's awkward because now you need someone on point, but like the Fury has been doing that. So like honestly, it's probably not even that big of a deal. They might be waiting for Fury ult, which I don't know how I feel about. Because there's a solid chance that you get out poked and then stuff gets really hard. I guess you have double support, and double support is cool, but no.
Show me what you can do, Mather. It's all on you.
So we get
He gets ult here for sure,
the
right?
the commit on these Gag. So where are they actually committing from?
Show me what you can do, Mather.
This Khan is taking a lot of damage. If he tried to stop Yag Dash, if he had gotten that off, that would have been huge. But we get a commit again. Like you gotta say, like if there's like an offline like up here, it gets very difficult for these people to follow up, right?
He gets ult here for sure, right?
But as it is, the tanks are stacking again. Like look how free this Corvus and Fury are to just walk up.
Oh, maybe not.
I think he does.
Oh,
I think Nick, they
he
just get
gets
too much
killed.
damage.
Oh,
Must be
My
done.
God, look at this
Maybe not.
Grover's
I think he
HP.
does.
Oh,
I think Nick, they
he
just get
gets
too much
killed.
damage.
Oh,
Just
Must
gone.
be done.
Damn. Nick
Oh,
just
from Nick.
finishing out.
Yeah, Fury ult's pretty good.
Nick going crazy on the Vector. I knew it. Double pocketed Vector, and Corvus already was enough.
That spray, goddamn.
Unstoppable, yeah.
I just got Nando ult too.
Well, I think that is game.
One-trapping them.
All right.
Crazy.
Two
Holy
goals.
man.